Here's another letter from a foreign source. It's from Carlos, who's a trapped Chilean miner. He seemed to have got...
What about the miners? Are they out?
What?
Are they out yet?
No,
those
they're
miners?
not out. They're not getting out until Christmas, around about
What?
November or December.
What?
They're boring the holes.
I thought it was the 1st of October.
I don't know yet. If it had been the 1st of October, they'd been out for 4 days now.
That's why I'm asking you. I didn't hear
No,
anything.
you would have heard about that. No, they're still here because I've got a letter from one of them. Great showing, Signor Gerry. It's not very nice here. Everyone has forgot about us because we is Catholic. Also, we smell many farts, but still the only radio can receive under the world is Radio Ulster, which is muy bueno, until all the mad people talking about what you call flags and marching bands and then the farming person, Signor Hugo, at lunchtime your time, but it is still only breakfast here when he starts and he make us all book. We will be up on top side of world soon and will be flying to Ulster to kick his arse. But we are very much laughing at the salesman of all cars from the little funny pueblo that you call Dungiving. Keep her lit. Keep her between the hedges. Flash the lights at me. Carlos, trapped miner, please tell my wife and girlfriend that I love one of them. And a gentleman writes, Fats Domino writes, you see the variety of mail here? Please tell Mr. Coyle I have been pulled from the water in New Orleans. I was sitting eating crayfish. Oh, I know a girl who studies crayfish. And pumpkin pie when the water rushed in. I was washed down Bede Street buttering, is this the... Oh, is it the end of old Fats? Then I was pulled into a boat. Every time you say I was pulled from the water, Sean Coyle interrupts to say I was not. How does he know? He wasn't there. Well, I was pulled from the water. Just you go on playing your blind bats and leave old Fats alone to talk about being pulled from the water. I hope this is the end of all this pulled from the water talk. So he was pulled from the water.
Yes,
okay?
I didn't disagree with that.
Every time I say that Matt Domino. Every time I say that Fats Domino was pulled from the water, you always say, no, he was not. And
no, I said
you've no evidence to the contrary.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing the fact that Fats Domino was pulled from the water. I'm saying to you that the man on the news, the BBC News, did not say good news. Stop press and all that business. Fats Domino has been pulled from the water. He didn't say that. Mm-hmm.
Here's a man who writes to me. I wasn't listening to a word you said there. A man from Canada said the accent xenophobia is back once more on the front burner where it is beginning to stink. Obviously talking about Graham Madole, or GMAC, as we must call him now. My own experience that exemplifies this quirk of Irish purism occurred some time ago during a visit back home when I was walking along the street and I met a friend and I said, "Hi, Paddy." That was his name, of course. It wasn't a reference to his nationality. I almost immediately realised my mistake, but his response was dramatic. "He's got an American accent," he said, and immediately turned on his heel and walked away from me. I can quite easily turn on my original accent, and a few others beside, but after over 47 years in Canada, my original accent would be the affected or imitated accent. See, this is the problem that people have. This man has lived 47 years in Canada, and he's now coming back, and he can't talk to people he knows because he thinks he's putting on an accent, but that's the way he talks, and he can't remember the way he used to talk before he went away. An interesting aside of this topic involves being introduced to a man in...
I can't accept that people lose their accent.
That's because you've never been away.
No, I can accept the fact...
My brother developed a Southern Irish accent. He went away to Canada 30 or 40 years ago. And he was all right for a while, but then he got into a band, and he was playing in all these kind of Irish clubs. And you know the way they used to have to sing, "Ah, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band," and you know, singing all that stuff. Mm-hmm. "Ah, bowl of og, as the sun was setting." And he was singing that so often that he'd go down and he'd talk to people, he'd say, "Well, how are you? How's it going?" And he talked to me in a southern accent. I said, "Where did you get that?" He said, "Well, I've been to Canada for some time."
But that's put on.
It's not put on.
It is put on.
You put it on at the start just to make yourself accepted, then it becomes part of your persona.
No, but once
when you talk,
back...
if you went to somewhere foreign, nobody would know what you were talking about. You'd walk into a shop and you say, "Have you any tarts, love?"
I understand.
And it gives a pint of milk. Then you say milk. And then you start saying milk, and then you're aware you're saying milk instead of milk. And then suddenly you're saying milk all the time. And then you come back here and you go into a shop and you say, "Can I have a pint of milk, please?" And the girl says, "How does he think he is?"
I heard a man saying something last night on television, and I thought to myself, what is that man really saying? Let me explain.
Okay.
He was saying, come out, and he said, "God luck to them."
God luck to them.
Now, as he's saying, God luck.
No.
L-U-C-K? Or is he saying good luck to them? What is that? What is that expression?
I think, Sean, you're making the mistake of thinking that I'm someone who cares.
I've only asked you. There's an expression when you say, "Aye, God luck to them."
I don't know.
Is that what you're saying? God luck.
It doesn't matter.
Are you saying good luck?
I don't
to
know
them?
what they're saying. A gentleman writes to me and he said, "You haven't done the McCooeys for a while."
I thought I was just ask you that question. I thought you could shed a wee bit of light.
Oh, will you come in, John, and sit down and have a cup of tea and a bit of a scone bread and sit down beside the fire? Will you get up, Jim, and let John sit down? John, tell me this. How's everything going outside? I believe you've got a job now. I believe you're working for the corporation. Or is it the council you call it now? Are you digging the roads? I see you every once in a while leaning on your spade. Is that you? And the boys beside you? It must be terrible during the winter. It's more of a summer's job. But in the winter it'll be terrible, I would imagine, with the frost in the ground. You'd hardly get through that with the pick at all. Go on, sit down there, take off your coat, or maybe you'd rather keep it on. Have a cup of tea. What about a bit of barnbrack? Would you like a bit of that? You know what I'm just thinking? I'm telling this young fellow of mine. What is it now? 1957. The Troubles won't start for another 11 years, so we may as well just enjoy ourselves. Because all them Catholics up there, they have no votes or nothing, and they're champing at the bit. And I'm telling you now, as soon as I'm standing here, John, they're going to rise up and there's going to be a whole row. The Troubles will start in about 11 years' time. I'm getting my coat on and I'm going home.
What will Chip Taylor make of you? Chip Taylor's coming in, an international singing star, coming into
this. Hickory dickory dock. The mice ran up the clock. The clock struck one, but the rest got away with minor injuries. That's from the police.
You've painted up your lips and rolled.